From them?
Yeah.
Seems like you couldn't. Have you communicated that to them yet?
No,
That you're
so have you do that.
I can do it.
You're not listening to me. But I mean, it's up to you guys. You want to start, we decide on November 18th, it's $10,000 a day until they provide us with the commissioning study. Their answer came back, said that was not approved until a year later that we approved the study. We just didn't approve the bonds because they were having that sale.
But this is completely separate from the one where they, or wood was used, or wasn't used if you wanted.
Right.
Right.
They use wood. They just haven't gotten the study back yet. And
Mostly,
they said they're doing something internally, so that's on them.
well, the last email I thought I saw from you, the reply was something along the lines of, we'll get it to you after the holidays or something. So, I know it's entirely possible, they've fallen these guys' lap in January. If you wanna table it to the first of the year and see if they have it, and if you don't get it, and if you guys wanna take action on it then, that's up to them, that doesn't matter to me.
We've done a lot of work, pushing my Steve to make sure we're doing these studies on time. This is not on time, it's 120 days past. So it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I'll do whatever you guys want. I think you're within your right to take action on it.
I think a letter would be nice to inform them that they promise have this done by the end of the year. It's getting off now on close.
Well, I think it was because it was June, August, right?
Yeah. But like you said, this last email, you said they're gonna have done.
I think they said they'd reach out after the holidays, but it was kind of vague, if I remember.
Holidays in what year?
Yeah. Let's remind them with a fine or something.
But promise me it's September.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I saw your email, Chad, and you've been on it, you just haven't done it. So, I'll draft something out, have you guys look at it.
So which way you wanna go? You just wanna go with 9 and come in to work on it? Or do you wanna start buying $10,000 a day? Well, we've already decided that.
Or if you guys want, I can send them a drop dead letter that says, hey, this is an issue. If we don't have it by X date, it's gonna be $10,000 a day after that day, and put them on notice. I can do that if you want.
I think it's a good idea. I mean, they forget this big guy, we make things right.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that together.
Okay.
Right, I'll send it to you guys to look at.
Okay.
So, deny permits still.
Or we deny permits? I would.
Okay. We've already
That'll
said the
get our
last one.
attention.
Do we want, do that forward motion then? Okay. I'll make said motion. Okay.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Yeah, deny on 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. Well, I did that last one that.
Yeah.
you guys talked
Well,
about.
they were here before, we didn't finish what they're doing.
Yep, and I just did the one, and so now on it's in the 3, right?
Yeah. Yeah, not 4, that's Amazon, so just be piece 1, 2, and 3. Sort of. And for nothing else, yeah, bring us bids back 9:30 for the drainage board meeting. Go from there. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Evan.
Thanks.
Okay. Approval minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye. It was nice.
Make a motion to accept that one.
I'll second that motion.
Well, wait a minute, there's, oh, I already talked to you about that. Appraisal, global. We were coming, but we don't appreciate the dictate.
Bid. moving forward and we're not moving forward.
I'll second the payroll claims. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Payroll,
Make a motion to accept payroll.
I'll second that motion.
all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The Templeton Wind Fund ordinance.
This is for the non-reverting fund for the Templeton project.
Is that for the road use?
No, this is just a non-reverting fund where money can be put into aside from permit fees. And we've
Okay.
tabled it before, you could table it again,
No. But that's, I just want to make it clear, that's not for any
not at all.
EDAs or,
No. It's just the one saying that the funds in
So
here
the
will
wind-
not revert to the general.
but on the wind ordinance, they have to pay $2,750 per megawatt for the permit, and that covers all the permits. 250 of that has to be split out to our WEX megawatt fund for plan commission, any permits, any expenses cost there, then the rest of the money will go to that fund there.
And where we use it for.
Whatever expenses you incur during the project, and then if there's, whatever's left over, you just keep it.
So the 2,500 per megawatt. That's for all the construction,
That'd be for that project period, yes.
just for next year.
Timber front, timber wood. I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance.
Second that.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Has that fixed asset ordinance changed some?
Hasn't changed at all besides,
That,
Fantastic.
just saying that anything over $50 we put onto inventory and anything over $5,000 we put onto the capital asset.
so motion to approve fixed asset policy.
Makes
That's
sense.
what the state makes us do. I'll second it. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
I will also need to get these recorded. I would have to have a special exception for a check to be cut, otherwise it would be recorded in January. They were recorded in January. I didn't think about this, but with the that same month law.
Or just do a special exception now. I'm gonna check the recorders on. I'm fine with that special exception, so she can write a check.
Yeah.
Sean, second.
I'll second that.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Come on up, Jason.
Morning.
Morning.
Not a whole lot with things. Possible to get the bill, the police party, the pay at once.
Later now, then.
Only because it's when that the DJ, only because it's local businesses.
I'll make a motion.
Second that motion.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
report progress on anything we're working on. Work report, so.
Seriously, man, you need advice?
I tried to come up with something.
If I got it.
I know, so I asked for $1,000 last meeting.
Yeah. Any word on the ambulance or anything?
No, still in progress.
May.
June, I think, time.
That, while you're here, y'all didn't get a chance to look at that email again. There was concerns over, Beacon. So
Yeah.
them and
Good.
Aries, so they the same?
Will we continue with Beacon and Esri after the first year? We're apparently utilizing them now.
That's a contract that you guys approved with Kelly. Switch.
We won't have to use those.
No, I'm asking if the county is, because the way that contract states that I read last night, if we discontinue them, then that price goes up another $7,200.
They signed it for it to go through,
Okay,
to continue.
all right, that was my question. Okay.
So not do dispatch then?
No, but with what
Right.
conversations we had yesterday, I wanted to make sure that wasn't across the board.
But I think it's $7,200, they have three more features added to it also, didn't it? No, I read that. Yeah, they were able to access it online and there's three.
Yes, correct.
features to it.
But then determining outside of the scope of the contract, there could be added fees brought back into it if we use it for other things as well.
Talking about that. What Kelly said.
She had it broke down in her email, so yeah.
This is what she said. This has been done to the one that they signed.
I don't remember, but there was, like I said, three new features. That was out.
So that is one that.
Well, it's, gonna have taxpayers be able to look online, compare what the similar
If you
properties.
do that,
sold.
we need to keep in mind, and then you guys, the board should then evaluate if they're paying for that one as well as the 3,700 that's being paid for WTH.
Yeah, that was gonna be my other question.
We discussed that yesterday. Dispatch. But that, what's that,
If you're talking about looking at like taxes and assessments, Lao has it too.
well, I know, but that's why, I don't know why she sent that email after we discussed that before. I thought maybe she didn't know, or maybe the different features are.
Shall come out and explain.
If you want, if you're interested.
Right.
She has a meeting later on today.
But Schneider bought out Beacon, right? And the reason we still use WTH is because your office and surveyor's office. Like we did WTH more than Beacon, right?
I don't know. We've had it. I've never. We had a lot of real estate reach out at one point stating that they preferred the WTH side.
There was something, like surveyor's office likes it better than Beacon also. But I think at that point in time, Beacon wasn't offering all the
Right, well, it
options
wasn't
that WTH did.
Beacon, it was Schneider. What was she used before? No, she used,
Elevate,
yes. Schneider to Beacon.
yeah,
I just asked her to come down.
okay. Anything else, Jason? No? Thank you.
Thank you.
Can't go right now. Attorney contract.
That might be-
Let's get through there.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
fine with retaining Jacob as county attorney? I'll make said motion. Approve the attorney contract.
You should ask him if he's okay with retaining us.
Guess we'll find out.
Well,
Yep.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Well, if you use that discounted rate, put on it.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to ask Evan. He had those sheets made out for us, Biotown gravel. But we should use economic development prices, not the county prices on that stone.
Should be done.
I think it was the same price, Brian.
Same price,
Is-
supposed to be different.
We pulled out an invoice from 2023 and it was the same, he said.
Okay. Yeah, please. We do have the 3 violations. Does that need to come through you, Jacob, or can Audrey just send those?
I think we, yeah,
Last time.
yep, I think she can send it like that, that's fine.
Yeah.
Those are for the violated road use.
John,
Morning.
come on up.
Come on, John.
Friends and neighbors. Jacob, how you doing? So we are 3 down in the jail as far as corrections officers, so we went on a hiring spree. The good news is, the council gave us the additional funding for their salaries, so we should be more attractive or more competitive.
Good.
Competitive with Warren County and just a little behind Newton. So we'll see a little bit of a blitz here over the next week to do as we try to fill those going into the end of the year.
So we got it all by that, right?
Not yet, we just, we're meeting the third Wednesday and we'll get started on refilling those holes, so. Everything is going well, I've had, 3 contractors come through the old jail over there to look at it, so. We had, Muller and Kramer and then, other company out there firefighters.
Crowd.
Him and her with the maintenance, thanks folks. So we've had that, and then tomorrow at 11, somebody from the, state, somebody with historical, yes, they're gonna come in at 11 o'clock tomorrow, so I'll have them sign paperwork, get them sign in, and get them to the jail over there.
Did you get the key back?
Yeah, yes, yeah. So, let's see, what else? Vehicle's running well right now. Last time we chatted, the 21 had a little engine in it. The county highway looked at it and they are willing to go ahead and pull that motor. The mechanic down there found a, what he called a long block that they can put into it. It's got a 3-year, 100,000-mile warranty on it, and it will be $6,300 to put in, which is a lot cheaper than going out and buying a new one. New one would go to 12,000. So if you guys are okay with that, I'm gonna go ahead and proceed. Having that happen, they were happy to help us out down there, and they were gonna pull it into their shop, and it'll be a project there for mechanic. So if you guys are on board with that, I'll give it a green light. It'll come out of the new budget, so it'll come out of maintenance, vehicle maintenance out of the budget, so. Okay. Oh.
Then those will come back as pool cars in or your spares.
Yeah, so they'll both come back, so that'll put the, 2019, which has a cage in it, and the 2021, which has a cage in it. One, they're both fully loaded, so we'll be able to, use them for patrol. But because they both have cages in them, we'll be able to use the corrections team to move folks back and forth to hospitals. We'll be able to pick people up and move them back and forth, RDC, DOC, whatever you need, so. But that'll be a blessing because we haven't had any spare vehicles like that in a while, so.
Make the motion to move forward with that. New engine, 21.
I'll second that.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Thank you. Other than that, our jail inspection is January 16th, state being to do that. So we are already 2/3 ready for that.
Good.
We keep our jail clean anyway, so we're not in too bad a shape. We got the trees down on the south side, obviously, so that's a beginning, thanks to a county highway. We're gonna get the bushes pulled out there on the west side of the jail, so we can be totally prepared for the spring. And we get some more in the spring, county highway will work down there, and we'll get down to the bottom of it. Make some repairs. And then I will, and the conversation with Mr. Smart about the roof.
Okay.
And I'll get it back with you guys when we get something in hand to you.
I've got a drawing of it, I'm gonna drop off to Corey, and he can figure materials.
Okay.
There's a lot of damn roof up there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is.
So, I don't know, I'll wait to hear back from him, but I don't know if it'll be feasible to put a pitch roof over it. We might have to go back to flat roof, but done right.
Yeah, either way, the problem is right now it's a water pit up there.
Yeah.
It's holding water underneath, half an inch of water underneath the rubber on the roof, so. Yeah. There you go.
It's underneath the rubber is the problem.
Yeah.
Other than that, still working on a couple of junk ordinance vehicles, I'll get with Jake and finish that stuff up here at the end of the year, both of them, Templeton. It's on your list. I mean,
You're still gonna get back with you on that gas.
I've not heard anything else out there still. Things are moving quite well out there, at the fairground, the new building. Looks like the wiring's about done. So I'll check on the line, and then the next one will be to get it insulated. We're doing exactly what we said, taking our time and moving steady, but we got under before the snow. So
Good.
when we
That's a good get. With the gas and electric.
yeah,
That's
we
good.
got our first $20,000 donation in the bank, so that'll be helpful.
Good.
Keep that going, so.
Whatever we come up with on the bathroom doors.
So talk to Jason, and there are doors that are, that will self-close. So if we had a tornado or a highway event on the east side, at least when they went in, the door would close behind them. The breeze. Well, we not be certified, but at least protect the people that see trouble.
Have those doors been ordered then?
No, I'm not, I'm not settled on those yet, so. And something, we have a little bit of time to figure out, so I don't want to rush into it. We'll get with you on that, we'll figure it out.
Sure.
And Jason sent me some paperwork from the state that shows different kinds of door closures and things like that. Storm ready. We'll work on that. Solid core door probably pretty much is what you're looking at.
And then Sean, did you have a chance to get hold of Ryan Jerusalem? Yes.
No, I call him.
How are you rolling out your draw? How much more money it's gonna take to finish it?
So that is a good question. Right now, we cut off the extra stuff, so it's only the building, and we'll only move forward with the additional, the patio and pergola, and then the drive-through shelter. We'll move through. We can continue to raise enough funds to do that. Right now, we're just focusing on trying to get the.
Jail done.
Yeah.
Oh, I was running total spreadsheet, the money that they were doing now, the Wilmington got the donations, so she's like, I don't have that.
Good.
Well, as that comes in, as that fund goes, we'll just write checks over to building fund and just replace it.
Now your fundraising project you got, like bricks and stuff, have you got like pictures of them, like advertise, put flyers out or something?
Yeah, so actually the guy who's got the bricks right now, he's actually making them. So So he's making 2 sample prints.
Going to make
Yeah,
sense.
so hopefully by the time I get you, it'll be our next meeting, I'll bring the meeting and they'll be around. So, pretty excited about that.
Good. I think that'll help.
Yeah.
When they will say become available,
Yeah.
people look at and see.
We actually talked to concrete guy and figure out how we're gonna put them to the left and the right as you enter, so that as you enter, you can look left, you can look right, and you can see everybody that's donating.
Very cool.
Good.
Did they mark where that gas line's at?
They were out that day, I don't know if he marked it or not.
It's there. Jimmy Turner said, it goes to that little block building. He said they're not using it, you don't see them there using it. So
I mean, where's he gonna have to dig from that block building to where the stub out?
Yeah, in the south end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the gas is at that block building.
Yeah, it's at that block building, so.
Well, NIPSCO was supposed to send a guy out tomorrow for the impact risers to come out.
Yeah.
They're going to meet.
I'll run over there and see if they mark the ground yet. I don't know if it's snowed in that way and all that, so.
Well, just let me know and I'll take Brian over there.
I've got.
Did I send you Bill Warren's contact information? Bill's Bill, he went out there that day, and talked to John Knight.
Yeah.
And then we went to,
Only thing we really need to do, kind of button up a little bit, is just get the thresholds on the doors. That, once we do that, it'll pretty much be airtight.
Is Lyle using a lift in there?
We just use the salamander here, we just use ladders.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
Well, I guess we can put him in then.
yeah,
I figured he'd have a scissor lift in there.
yeah, nope. They were up and down those simple ladders.
Okay.
So the drywall's done now?
No.
No, we're getting some Lyle just finished up the wiring, so we'll be able to get the insulation.
Is Grant's man will get in there and start plumbing?
So yes, so he's supposed to come over, he's holding off until, he didn't want to set the pictures until we get the building. But I'll get him back over there and meet him, he should have all that stuff ordered. Should be on, it should be in his facility. So yeah, get that gas line over there, and get the building, just meet the building, that'll change
Make a
the whole,
difference.
change the whole complexion of where he's now right now.
Yeah.
Especially this time of sub-zero cold and being here, like, what the services you're talking about.
Anything else?
Anything on it?
Nothing right now, right now.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah.
You know where I am?
Yep.
You know how to get hold.
Okay.
Come on up, Kelly.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. See you, John.
Thanks.
Are you?
Oh, good, how are you?
You had some questions to get brought up on the Snyder Beacon thing. I don't remember. Just a couple days of email. But there's 3 different options provided with that one. You sent the email.
I just told you the 3 things that it would include.
Okay.
So basically, excuse me, it's the same contract, it's added appeals module, which is totally for the taxpayer. Just makes life easier for them to file. So the way the market's going, it's 10%. Only benefit the taxpayer.
Okay.
But it's up to you.
And you're hoping you'll have less traffic coming to your office because they look it up online. Holler at themselves.
I think it'll be easier for, some of them that can't hear the little snowbirds and stuff. Cause then we mail and it's just a slow process for that.
So the 3 things the taxpayer will be able to file, appeal online,
Mhm.
2 taxpayers will be able to run the services.
Which is nice for them, because then they can see if they're actually being over-assessed, they can pull comps around them, all easy for them. So I played with it, it's really simple.
It would be nice if the state put some adjustment in there for people coming in from the way, paying more than should, just because they want to get out of the way.
That's above my pay grade.
And then the taxpayer may have to print their own, or any property card.
Any of them. Which is nice, because then they're ready when they come in for appeal, they've brought all their comps and stuff, and they can look at it, it's a lot easier to make come in and say, I just don't like it, and then we're like, you gotta tell me why.
What's the reason?
Yes, but why?
I don't know why it's too high, but it's too high.
Yeah, that's basically it, yes.
You guys use WTH at all in your office? Bill, you got any questions?
Well, you guys are good with it.
And I sent it to Jacob ahead, was it all good?
We just had some discussions on, not on you yesterday, but the whole kind of program, so.
Well, I mean, you have.
So we just want to double check, I still had a couple of questions last night to me.
I'm
And I
fine with
forgot to
showing
look
you
at
the-
the
show
email.
you the 10 if you want to
No.
come see the office.
I mean, they may want to, but
It was basically, when we were discussing at the 911 board meeting yesterday, Beacon and Esri, I wanted to know if the county was carrying through with the contract to continue with, but Snyder bought them out apparently. Because in the contract it lists, if we don't utilize Beacon, then you lose your $7,000 discount.
Right,
Which would put it, so that was my biggest question, was how that was structured, if we were gonna carry on with Beacon and Esri.
WTH is better for the 911 situation.
Right.
But the Snyder Beacon is much more user-friendly for taxpayers.
Okay.
It's a lot easier for them to move around with.
And that's a free site to the taxpayer to use, or there's a charge for it?
No.
It's all free.
And then they have availability on that as pictometry.
Okay.
So you
Right.
click on the button and you can
Right.
spin around the house and see.
Yep.
Which is nice for emergency management.
Right. Yeah, I read that part.
We got the county website to access this. How they access this.
Well, they can just go to the website, or I put it on the county one too, so they can get it from there. And it's on all my emails in case they.
good. Thanks, Billy.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too.
Still good with signing this then? Yep.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Table this term contract till January 2026.
2026, yeah. Yeah, the poor guy just had a kid, he probably needs some money.
It's like you use a little sleep too.
Yeah.
Right.
I have the document that's needed by Kirksey for the Oxford project and for the option agreement for the purchase of real estate for Oxford School. Has already approved it, Letitia has gotten the signature of Mr. Malone.
Taxes are paid. When that-
Letitia?
They are not yet. He is working on that with his,
Calvin.
his accountant, and he'll let me know as soon as it's paid. And he said it shouldn't be longer than a week. It'll be done before the end of the year.
Table it.
That has
It-
to be in by
She has to have it.
20th when the grant comes in. It's an option agreement, it's not. It's just saying you guys have the intent to, because remember Scott said for 5 years.
Correct, we still have to have an agreement. I'll make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
I was already approved, it was just like signature list.
Yeah.
Am I keep going?
Yep.
Okay, so on the 2025 claims and payroll schedule, there is 2 dates that will conflict with the holiday. Out on the Friday, so that payday will need to be moved to Thursday. The banks are also closed. They are highlighted on there. Do that.
Second that motion.
All those in favor, signify
sending out the, commissioner appointment list. So if any changes or anything need to be done before the January meeting, just let Beth know so she can look it up, so it can be signed at your meeting, because that will happen at the first meeting in January. Can you do anything with the CES contract at this time?
No. Let you guys do it.
Other than library board appointment? Any change on that?
No, please.
The applicants,
Add one, yeah.
So we have moved forward with the properties for that's being gifted to the town of Laurel Park. They've got their resolution. We signed our resolution. I sent all the information to Jacob regarding the next steps. So it is time to appoint the 2025, or think about who you're gonna appoint for the 2025 PERC board. That will also be done at the first meeting in January. I have a list of the meetings, because the meetings do start January 30th. There are 4 each year, and we have to have a rep on each board.
Particularly, we put economic development, a representative, which would be Letitia.
So if you do that, you need to do it before the 20th. Which are meetings first, though. The only other thing I have is
Yes.
there's a Benton County Area Planning Commission boarding zone of appeals that you guys discussed Friday. That Sam stated that she would need, a motion and a second for by the commissioners if favorable. From the favorable recommendation.
This was the plan commission, not the BZA, correct? Okay, I'll make that motion to approve the Temple Wind project.
Second that.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And then the last thing, the holidays for 2025. The dates are not out yet for the 2025 Commissioners Conference, however, it was suggested we move that first meeting in December to the Friday like it was this year. So go ahead and do that now. That is the only change on this. I'll need a motion.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and approve it.
I'll second it.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay.
You got anything, Jacob?
I did see your response, and I don't know if you want to get into this now, on that decommissioning agreement you sent over. There was one section in there I wasn't a huge fan of, and I think it was section 1.
That's got nothing to do, that's just one of theirs.
Okay.
But preferably, I think from now on, when those plans come out, we'll kind of use what was drafted this time as a template.
Yeah, I just kind of thought the way it read to me was that they were basically saying, hey, we can kind of breach this, and it really isn't a recourse for the county. I just didn't love the language in there, but the rest of it,
I think it's more about the cost. The cost came over what they approved, they were picking up the extra money.
yeah.
Well, doing just some clarification on that then.
Well, I mean, I think if you're,
I think what we got put in place now, we always make changes
Were you a commissioner in that 09?
Yeah, just started in 09.
Okay.
That, and I think on that decommissioning ordinance, I did have to put them in that last draft. I think it needs to be in the ordinance, and it's gonna be up to you guys. But as far as the state's trying to stick their nose in this, I think there's some legislation where they're gonna take over the decommissioning. So I think it needs to be language in there saying, we're gonna maintain and keep our bonds and stuff in place.
Yep.
If the state wants one, they need to get a
That's
second.
a separate deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get, as long as you guys are fine with that, and the language, I think it needs to be added in there.
Yeah, we need to make damn sure we're protected.
You could probably do that in like a change of law provision.
That's how we did it now.
Cause I saw Rick Hall made that similar comment
Did
in
he?
his email.
Okay,
Yep.
these are the bids for tearing down the jail. Nope, that way, 9:15. It's okay. Letitia, you got anything?
Just that the hazardous waste and the asbestos will all be cleaned up and all contractors will be out of there by December 23rd.
Oxford School you're referring to?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So what's the deal with the Warren County, Benton County water thing in Oxford?
That's a 3-phased water project. So the water lines have to be upgraded in the town of Oxford. So they've already, hired a contractor, I'm sorry, a consulting firm to do a survey of the area and what the needs are and everything. So they've already started that process. And then the second phase would be building a water tower. Our the water source in Benton County and Oxford is closer to Pine Village than it is to Oxford, actually. And so the third phase would be taking that water tower to Pine Village and providing town water for them. They are on wells and their wells aren't passing the water test. So this, and it can stop at any phase of the project if it doesn't have the money, or if Pine Village still has to have their survey done to see whether they can even, do this. So it's going to be dependent on several different factors. The first phase has to be done in Oxford regardless. So the Warren County, Lido, and myself wrote grants for the different phases of the project. So I wrote a grant request through Ready 2 funds for the first phase of the project. And then hers is for the next phase of the project in Warren County.
So this,
It's under review with the IEDC right now.
So will Pine Village be buying water off of Oxford then?
Basically, yes. There'll be a contract.
I just
between the
had
two.
people ask me about it. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, there'll be a contract between the two.
so that's not gonna involve the county, it's just between the town of Oxford and the town of Pine Village.
As far as I know, it's just town stuff right now. Yes.
She's just writing grants.
I knew nothing about it. People were asking me.
It's not
Hey.
it's not undecided, that's not.
It's really all going to depend on whether they get the funding for it. And, they've already secured a lot of the funding for the first phase for the Oxford part of it.
And that's putting all new water main into town?
I don't know if it's all new, but it's pretty substantial. I mean, the whole I don't know how much each phase is, but the whole project is like 25 million. Colin, do you know any more about that? Oh, I think they hired Commonwealth for
Well, they're
the,
doing, Oxford's doing theirs too.
They're extending water main out to drug plastics in that area.
Yeah.
Bigger water main, and they're doing some in town mains and stuff that we.
Back to the
and
apartments.
some water meters.
They're sending that big main out to drug plastics because they have to, for their insurance, have to have a better sprinkling system.
and so if they have to borrow all the money, it's gonna substantially raise the rates of the Oxford residents. So that 2 million that I wrote it for will hopefully decrease their rates.
Everybody left in Oxford, they keep raising the rate.
Oh, you don't know, though.
Bill, John, you got anything?
No, sir.
Matt? Yeah. Bill?
I'd like to approach you guys about me turning my subdivision over to the county.
That'd be a good thing for 2026.
I knew the answer to that when you asked it.
What all do you want to turn over?
Well, roads.
Roads.
Because, well, you guys in control anyway, like when I had, when the county issued a permit to put a tool shed in there, it took me 5 years and a few $1,000s to get rid of it with no help from the county. And then now I wanted the internet. I don't get the internet for the county or my home, but I got 14 miles of poles all around for the internet. So I just,
You're still gonna get internet there, but that's out of our control. We're trying to work with, they get asked every month when they're gonna do that.
but, you know,
No, I get your point.
most of the people have gone elsewhere to get it out of the sky.
I don't blame you.
So, I mean, but there's no problems on, you know, my subdivision. I just, well, turn it over.
You guys got that? He's gonna come talk to you in January.
Sounds like it.
We're gonna need some more details, Bill.
I'll find them.
We'll discuss it in January, but we're gonna need more details.
Might want the county highway superintendent.
Brock, what's up? I got no more information for you. I couldn't find that number, but I'll keep looking. That happened back whenever they closed. I thought it came as an email, but maybe it came as a text message. I didn't save the number. I'll find somebody you can contact, I can tell you that. Derek, what's going on?
Just another day.
Got what?
Not yet. It comes in January.
What's that? Kevin. Come on up. Again.
I've only got one bid for the roller,
Okay,
because he talked to Brian Gick, and go through, source well.
yeah,
That's what Mike was planning on doing with that.
okay.
We don't have to get 3 bids, we just got the 1 bid.
Well, I know he called 2 other places, they didn't have anything.
Nothing with what that was back out, I think you got a full website tracker. That, he said we can go through source well and.
But he did like he gave them specs, like what he wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's only people that meet the specs.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I talked to Brian Freckle up here to ask him about this. He said, we just turn it over to him, he does all the paperwork to go through source well. And he's doing something through Carroll County right now. So he said he's done it a bunch of times.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. In, 4916.
well, while I'm at it. There's a quote for a new pickup also for next year. That you had in there, I see.
Find the roller. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
And that was Mac that actually called me twice on the Arcus and said that the truck is in Frankfurt right now.
Good. Now they'll take it to Audubon for you, right?
Yep. And I told him to start on a price for next year to get one going, so I could
That is pretty good, right?
get the process.
And you did say the roads had, okay, they're almost ready.
Actually, I went over there and talked to April, and she says it's not quite ready yet.
Appointments.
So, I talked to her last week, I went over there last week, thought the truck was coming last Friday.
How old's your turn?
See, we got an 02, 01, they're just regular extended cabs. I mean, we got quite a few of them. We got an 09 crew cab.
So we got that.
One's getting real bad. All the dash lights are on and everything's getting really rough.
Is that our Christmas tree?
Yeah, it is. And that's a
What's mine?
2010 crew cab. Mine's is a 21, and yours, mine's 23, and the one before that is, I'm willing to say 15. The other ones are pretty getting worn down.
How often do you replace them?
Well, we got 2 in a row, 2021, and then it was 5 years before that, and now we're going on 4 years now.
How recent's that bid, you know?
On the very top, it says date on it, 8/30/2024.
Oh, gosh.
And who,
Maybe
is this
you
through?
Did you call and ask?
I have not called, I just seen that with this, and I thought I'd bring it up and you guys.
Find out, this is still a new price. Who Mike was talking to?
He
was talking to Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we discussed it. We were talking about in front of us that, roller bid. Cause I thought about in front of us, and I told Kevin, I think I get that ordered, and I went back to the minutes, and we had none. Okay.
You think that can get that? Make sure
Is that one updated?
Yeah, good price.
And this is good, when I called Brian today.
Yep.
He said,
Yes, I did. Okay, thank you. It's now 9:15, we'll open up the bids for the demolition of the jail. Yep.
Now? Okay, this is from Rod Green for $198,900.
I've got a bid from DeWinger Excavating for $108,000. That scope of work is demo, remove existing building, remove all foundations, furnish and install fill for positive drainage, install cut existing walks, and demolition and remove walks. He does have a note down here that DeWinger Excavating retains all any salvage rights once demolition is begun.
I've got a bid for Corral Earthwork LLC out of Lafayette, $130,000. That's to complete demolition of the old jail building and its foundation, separate building material, stone and brick, dumpster waste, and dispose of all building materials and components to be recycled and other building materials to be placed in dumpsters and disposed of at the Lafayette transfer station. Grade all disturb areas. Does not include backfill.
So I need to read this whole thing. Says demolition and removal of all debris from the interior of the building, remove and dispose of all walls, foundation, and concrete. Fill in basement with 53 stone and 8-inch lifts and compact. Fill will be added to match existing grade of the property.
Mike,
Yes,
if we accept your bid, how long is that bid good for?
I can keep it till summer.
Okay.
We can do it over the summer. I really don't wanna do it this winter anyway.
Okay.
Give you plenty of time to get, now you got logistics to deal with the stuff that's in there right now.
Rod?
Same thing.
Okay. I guess it's committed to the, at least follow that grant, whatever it was, January 13th. What's that? Yeah. Then I make the motion, we accept the Winger Excavating bid upon the new commissioner's decision as far as what they're gonna do with landmarks.
Or do you need to table it until?
It's up to you. We're kind of doing that anyway, we're just saying, hey, if the landmark thing doesn't work out, we're gonna accept it. If you feel more comfortable tabling it, we'll table it. Okay, how about we do my motion instead?
Okay, very good. I'll
Second
second that.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Please let the minutes reflect Mike Winger, not vote. I mean, Mike. Speaker second, Richard vote.
I'm gonna call work.
What's that? Did not, I don't think it did.
So just to clarify, can I ask a question on that?
What's that?
So just to clarify, can I ask a question on that?
Oh, jail?
Yes. Okay, so you did accept the bid for demolition, but you're tabling it because,
On whenever they get, when a new commission decides landmark.
okay,
$600,000 or something.
so there's still a possibility that it is not going to be. Okay, just wanted to make sure that I'm 100% clear. Thank you.
So we should just approve what you guys get recommendation on, yeah, as far as the road use and decommissioning Friday.
It's at 8:30 here. Second that motion.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Can you test Sam how to bring that information up to them? Before we start. She emailed us a bunch of information on the project. I said Sean's new to that, so she thought we'd go over it real quick.
I don't think so. I didn't.
Nope, that's all right.
Well, that's pretty scary. That's pretty scary.
Really tell them we really
Thank you, guys.
Well, that's what I asked Brian. Shop exits.
We got one right ahead.
Well, that was my thing was, okay, yes.
That's the information on the structure. Talking about what the plan of the tile, because some of the cover crops. There you go. Right, you're way ahead. So now we did design work.
Like 130, 108, 199, right?
Yeah, I did watch those guys work over there. We do too.
I know in the state you're in.
It looked like they did a pretty good job. Our systems, we try to keep everything to no deeper than 3 foot deep. Our systems are a lot. They're a lot short lines to make things work. They did a good job. I couldn't help it. That's my best.
Right, it is very hard.
But I hear 100.
Give it a leeway. That's why I handed it to you. I think this is my first time. Shoot the map I sent you yesterday. Did I send you the map? Oh, I guess.
No, did you get the, is this yours? Yeah, okay.
How are you?
That folder? Oh, okay, good.
I forgot it yesterday morning. It was Monday.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea.
You would say, hey, I'll leave it in your mailbox, and I didn't get it.
You have no idea what a Monday was yesterday.
Cornhole Emma come out.
He called me. Yeah, after he got his letter. I asked him, what is this all about? And I'm like, oh my gosh.
I'll second that. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. We got a drainage board meeting date set up. If everybody approves those, can I get a motion? I'll make a motion to approve it. Drainage board date, number 2025. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. There's a reason why she wants to move those to 10 a.m. instead of 9:30.
A lot of times the commissioners
John, Phil?
I want a table.
Okay. Okay, Matt, you're up to discuss the winter tile.
Oh, I need a point and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody knows it's Windler Ditch, starts at 18 and ends at 100 south. I know this map's not. 12,400 total linear feet. 4,000 feet of it's open existing ditch right now. So we're proposing 4,000 feet of reshape with like brush. And the rest will be 8,400 of new ditch, which the final location will probably have to vary due to the tile, open the existing 24-inch tile in there. So it might vary off of these lines. It breaks off right in here, but we're going to continue from this point here and bring it to 100 south through this area to here and have this as like an open outfall for this tile going to the east. Like I said, roughly, I'm estimating about 30 outlets on the whole project. Additional, at the end of 100, we put together a number to run a 1,900 foot of dual wall 12 going west along 100 south on the north side of 100 south to pick up some existing drainage that comes down, hits the road and creates
So
kind
is
of
that
a
gonna-
wash through there.
Is it gonna go straight across, or you gonna take an angle up towards the ditch?
The tile,
Yeah.
it's Tom, I mean, we can move it anywhere we want, but we just assumed it was just going up from the ditch and going parallel.
Going straight west.
Yeah,
or-
yeah. I mean, we can move that too. All this can be moved a little bit. I noticed when we were doing our last final survey that 24 does get out of the waterway in spots and.
So we're coming down here, is this open here, or just the blue part's the open ditch?
Which part's that?
This here, we see the erosion.
That's what we're gonna follow. That's where we believe that when the tile takes off and goes this way, so
Right.
it's gonna open here. Then the existing ditch will follow this area.
This is the open ditch here.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And there's some brushing right in there.
Yeah.
I think there's 4 or 5 other tile coming in there on that. That one, at Division Road, there is a structure that the county has in there. It's a 15-foot structure, box culvert. It's about 5 foot by 15 or 16 foot wide. That'll have to be removed or lowered because the existing tile will be about 1.5 foot lower than that.
Okay.
Than that structure right there. So that's another, that cost is not in on the estimate that we provided today.
Evan?
Something you're planning on the county doing then?
Yeah.
That was what they wanted to
Typically
just have
do
it,
that.
yeah.
So,
I didn't know whether there would be, we were gonna reuse that structure, it's probably maybe big enough.
Yeah.
If it was lower, or they wanted to put a pipe in or what, so.
Can you even pull those out of the ground? I don't know if anybody ever had any experience of moving those structures after they've been in the ground.
How old is it, anybody know?
Oh, nine.
Thanks, right here.
09?
06, completed 1906.
I gave you guys a structure paper.
Oh,
okay.
okay. Oh, when that structure was put in, I don't know when that was put in, the tile was put in.
At the very bottom, it gives more detail about it.
Those structures can be pulled and reset. They're
Yeah,
concrete.
2000
Is it put together?
It looks like one piece to me. I don't.
It's one piece. I'm sorry, I'm looking at it now.
You know, once you start pulling things, it might crumble apart.
Especially if it was 1906 when it was put in.
No, it's not.
Oh, 09.
2009.
You know, 6 was the top.
Yeah,
Pipe we put back in there, is that new structure?
Well, we're estimating doing 6 foot flat bottom with 2-to-1 slopes on each side. And the rough depth of this is between 5 and 7 feet deep all the way through the whole area. It's pretty consistent. It's not.
You're gonna make it longer than 16
No, it's 16 foot wide. It's a good width. Yeah.
And what's the dimension of the culvert that you're talking about?
The dimension now is,
Give this to Diane.
I believe it's
It's
15.
a box culvert right now.
Yeah, it's a
Is
box,
it-
square
is it a-
box culvert.
I got an extra one.
Is it a precast box culvert?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, so it's probably made to be lifted, it's got lift points.
Yeah, I think so. I just don't have any experience with, once you hook onto those
Right.
things, what happens, you know.
But the ditch you're saying is gonna be 16 feet wide,
No, the bottom of the ditch will be roughly 6 feet wide.
6 feet wide, and
Yeah.
this structure is how wide?
That structure is, I believe, 15 when I measured.
Okay, so it's wider than that.
Yes.
Okay.
That is the top of the ditch at 100, you gotta go right down the existing ditch now, and you're gonna cut across the field. On 100.
100 south here?
Yeah.
You mean the tile that's gonna,
Yeah, you're gonna put in.
yeah, like I was telling Brian, it could be like even where this dotted line is to help pick up some of this stuff, or we can just run it right up the road ditch, because it washes right through. Well, you know how, yeah. That road ditch is, that water hops that road and then it's starting to erode wrong edges of the road. So, we took past estimates, that's, I think you have an estimate. Do you have an estimate, Keith? Okay. We just don't know where this existing tile goes to the east. I'm sure you guys probably do, some of your landowners, but we just wanna make sure we want to catch this, because there's a lot of acres up in here that needs to take advantage of that outfall on that. We wanna make sure we follow the tiles and have that.
Any questions?
Do you know what the approximate depth of the ditch would be from 100 south to Division
Approximately 6 feet.
deep?
Yeah, the cut is pretty even all the way through that whole project. The existing tile is running 6 feet. I mean, there's one little hill in there, it might be 7 foot or something like that, but it's roughly 6 feet.
Do you feel that that's gonna carry the water when you have waterways coming off us that are up to 60 feet wide?
Well, it's handling that now, up to a jump of 24-inch tile.
That's all right.
Every 100 feet.
In my life, I have seen twice when water went across 100, went across the road.
Mhm.
In a heavy rain, it'll do that. There's no way that anything you guys can put in is gonna hold anything like that.
We believe we sized the bottom of it to,
Thank you,
is gonna handle those acres
Thank
that you have up on the upper end of it.
thank you.
So what will the slopes be like? I mean, you wouldn't be able to drive through it with a tractor or auger wagon.
No, because you're talking 6 foot deep with 2-to-1 slope on each side, so it wouldn't be crossable. You'd have to put some pipes in or some crossings in there.
Who would be responsible for the culverts through there then?
That would be up to these guys, if they wanna put that in the project or so. If that's even necessary.
What we done in the past?
Well, there's enough access there, I think.
Off the road.
Off of 100, off of Division, off of 41.
There's only one entrance for that whole half mile on the 41, and it's not even at the quarter-mile mark. It's way south across from that house. So there's only one entrance to get onto 41 for that 220 acres that's west of that ditch.
How many accesses are on 100?
Just the one right there at where the waterway comes across Division.
But there'd be more entrances put on it, correct?
There could be. That's the only one with the culvert.
Yeah.
Right there where the
I
water
mean, we
comes.
could probably go and put an entrance, culvert entrance for you on 100. We can't do that on 41 because it's state.
Or are you talking about crossing the ditch? The open
Yeah.
ditch? In
You
the-
know,
in the-
everybody's
I know what
always
he's talking
farm,
about, but he said we don't do that in the past. We have to access.
everybody's always farmed through that waterway that's ever farmed that, you know.
Yeah.
So it'd be too deep to farm through. And west side of that ditch has 220 acres that basically has one entrance on 41 and one entrance on 100.
We could easily put our entrance on 100 for you. Jim, you have some questions?
Yeah, you was talking about, you don't know where them tile go east from there in section 20,
Yes,
where I live.
towards your place, yes.
If you go down that road, there's a riser that shows where the 12-inch tile is, and you go further down the road north, and there's a 6-inch riser. And if you went down that road, you know exactly where those tiles are.
Yeah, I seen that and I kind of speculated that, but I don't know where that ties into the ditch. Where the
Well,
ditch
I
would be
don't
coming
either.
in there, so if we have to move the ditch, you know.
But you got too much water coming down there, you have to have a ditch.
Yes.
I got a waterway on my place that circles through, and there ain't no way a 24-inch tile would carry my water, much less all the other water you're talking about.
Yeah, there's probably 20-some feet of fall from your house down to where we're, I mean, there's a lot of fall going on through there.
And as far as crossing a ditch, you can use a Texas crossing, and you can spread that out, put your bigger rocks down at the ditch level.
Yeah.
And you can cross it, because we done it east of Benton Central. We had to cross 2 ditches. And when we farmed that farm, there was railroad ties, and each time water would just carry them on down the road,
Yeah.
on down the ditch. So we put Texas crossings in, and it works.
Yeah, I've seen them work before too, fair weather crossing, just some roof rapids. Then you can get some equipment across. That's an option too, if they need to get
Yeah,
across.
you just have to allow for the places to be left where the slope is less, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike,
Did you come up with a rough grade on that?
Um,
Percent? I know you said 20 foot of fall, but did you do?
Well,
math
I
on
don't, 20 foot is like from Jim's place down to
that? Just a rough idea of what grade it was, the new ditch?
the existing drain in it now is roughly 4/10, 5/10.
Yeah.
I mean, it varies from what we shot from all the tile holes in there, trying to look up.
yes,
I have 3 questions.
ask me.
Question 1, what are the approximate measurements? I know you said you want a 6-foot wide bottom. How deep are you looking?
The average, between 5 and 7 feet, all the way through the whole project is the depth of that.
Okay, and then you
So
said
it's an
1 to 2
existing-
slope.
2 to 1, yeah. 2 to 1 slopes on top.
That was one question, by the way.
Okay.
Question 2, do you have a price on any of this yet?
Yeah,
We have a price estimate based off some quotes from past projects that were through the county.
$447,910.
Is that per acre total?
That's total. There's
Okay.
1,641 acres of the project. That comes out to $272.91 an acre, and broken up over 8 years, it's $34.12 an acre.
Okay. And do you have an approximation as to when you're gonna start this project that's been going on for at least 3 years?
We'll have to get, if everybody approves it today, we'll have to get bids. They'll probably open the bids up in January or February, and they can start construction whenever. other questions?
So whose responsibility would a crossing like Jim was talking about, or a culvert somewhere in the middle, would that be the landlord's responsibility, or?
You know, ours is that way, we pay for our own. The county doesn't.
I was just, I've never been through anything like this. I didn't know how it worked.
It's a similar ditch, similar width on the bottom, you know, but once you get that, we always use railroad ballast in the bottom for ours. And then, you know, if you get real bad floods, then you get to put more in. We probably haven't done anything in 5 years with ours. So did everybody get that price? We're at $447,910 is what we estimate the cost at.
What'd you say was per acre?
272.90.
Yeah. Over 8 years, it comes down to $34.12 an acre. Mike?
Just as a note, when you let the bid, you ought to make it for crop damage or keep crops out of it from doing it during the summer. These big drainage projects like this work a lot better during the summer. Try to get something done for reseeding and everything else. You hit the seed date in the fall better
Yeah,
and everything else.
we've always followed the crop damages. They get paid for crop damages.
Okay.
Anything else? You gentlemen want to discuss it any? They've been having issues. We got to put up the motions to get the bid process going. To get to release it so they can get bids. So everybody's on the bids. This is just an estimate of what max we have to do. Come in last, it'll be okay. Is everybody fine with moving forward?
I have a question.
Yes.
To you. From that division road, then you're gonna have open ditch
Yes,
south,
all the way to 100 south, yes.
okay. That would be, there's actually two waterways kind of coming into that one farm, what David Gick farms. And, it'd be a waterway then, or open ditch to the west end of my farm.
We had made accounts for doing rock entrances, like rock chutes, where the surface water can get into this open ditch.
Okay.
And
And the open ditch then would go over to 100 south.
yes. From this area where it branches off, it'll just continue south through those trees. There's some trees.
Okay.
It'll go through that area there and then end up at the culvert of the Windler Farm at 100 south. Catch this tile coming across.
And then you're taking tile across from there
And then taking tile to the west, taking
to the west.
a 12-inch dual wall to the west to try to pick up some of this water that's coming up on the other side. This reverse flow.
That catches, it goes over to the, the wind farm office over there. That's a part of the Eliza Fowler ditch. It comes back, I don't know, what is it? How many?
From the end up to where.
Well, we're taking that ditch over to,
From here to here where it's open ditch is 4,000 feet. It's already existing. That'll just be a reshape.
and that's part of the Eliza Fowler. Or it goes into the Eliza Fowler. It's actually in the Windler, but we don't have any maintenance on the Windler.
Yeah.
And they're 100,
just pass by places where the trees and stuff in the ditch. That's why I was wondering if you're gonna clean that ditch out and let it run up to that point. It runs like across my pasture, it runs clear. I mean, it doesn't pond until it gets to where the mulberry trees and stuff are in the ditch. And that's when the water starts backing up and filling the ditch up going to the west of my place.
Yeah, we kind of just took that as a county highway issue, not a windward ditch. It wasn't very big. I know what you're talking about. That's what we're trying to pick. That's why we decided to take the county road 12 going to the west.
Dale,
Yeah, as far as that, instead of running that 12-inch, I mean, couldn't, that ditch already is there, right? Could you, that ditch just be dipped out instead of running the 12-inch up there, the dual wall?
To the west.
To the west?
Oh, on the upper end of it?
Yeah, on the west there, you know, across what you were just talking about. You know, we said where them trees are and everything, you know, you're gonna come up to 100 and then you're gonna go west with a dual wall, you said?
Yes.
But isn't there kind of a ditch there already or
Yeah,
not?
there's a ditch. It's pretty washy though. It's not, I mean, yeah, you can.
Well, I didn't know. I'm just
You
asking.
could
It's
do
like,
that.
well, I know the
That's
ditch is.
awesome. If you find out the money's not there for what you want to do, you can eliminate that.
If you could just, you know, if you just clean that out, would you need the dual wall 12 going up there?
Are there telephone poles or power lines going through there? Anything there?
Inside the road.
It's just side of the road and they kind of been dug out before there. And, but I mean, yeah, the trees and stuff are probably slowing down, but if you would dip that out, maybe you wouldn't have to run that 12 up there.
is there enough shoulder full of road there though if we dipped it out?
Yeah.
That's a pretty wide ditch.
That's why I didn't know, because if you run that 12 up, where are you gonna run that 12 up? Because that ditch might be lower than what the 12 you might put in. Would it be or not?
No.
No.
It'll be sufficient. I was just told the price of just get the tile up there. That's why that's in the project.
Because there's a ditch already there somewhat, so it's
Yeah.
like, you know.
Yeah, we just put that on in the price sheet.
And it would probably handle the water more than maybe a 12-inch smooth bore would too, if you just dip it out, you know, on a big rain. Which, you know, I know you can't plan for, you know, 6-inch rain in an hour, but.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, I don't know, just an idea.
There's only a couple of times the water stands in my pasture. By the end of the day, it's all gone, but it's backed up there, so just east of my property there.
Yeah. And you have a lot of ditch. And probably blows all that right down across the road. That might be an issue too, that if we free up, if we open those tile up with an open ditch. Those tiles are still in good shape. So they must have seemed to be backed up, because there's tile.
I just wanna make sure that I'm clear on what you're doing. So you guys want to, clean it, restake it?
Yeah, there's
28,000.
it'll be, first 4,000 feet from here to here, then we're gonna follow this line.
Okay. And this is all, this will be you, Kat?
Yeah.
And then are you bringing that all the way to the road or you're in a gym? 'Cause that's gym, right?
Yeah, no, we're coming all the way down here. We're gonna follow the street. We're not, it'll branch through and go right through here.
Okay. Come through here and then.
There's a road culvert. There's a little box structure right here. Just east of Jerry's house, right, pretty close to that field end.
Okay.
When there's waterway goes under the road.
So Evan, if we dip that, are you comfortable with that? Dip it out a little bit deeper?
You're talking about where the trees are, taking
That roadside ditch there, instead of running.
on
Across from
100.
Jerry's there.
You're talking about the north side of 100 south.
Yeah, I mean, we'd probably have to get our excavator into the field side to do something like that. But, yeah, I mean, that, I wouldn't think it would be a problem.
It's pretty open.
The entrance into Dave's Field's got a couple little 24-inch culvert pipes, and that's what plugs that up and backs that water up and blows it out of that little roadside ditch that doesn't work into the field right there, so you'd have to have another entrance in there anyway, a bigger pipe or something in there, because you're not gonna afford to cross that right next to the road. So, wouldn't want to anyway, you'd be crawling right on the road, even if you move the ditch on further out. So that's one of the things he won't be able to access that right through there if he digs a big ditch.
I would walk up and ask him. So she's got lady has a question for you, Matt, on where you running something.
Cause I know you said you walked this, right?
Yeah, we've been up and down this thing.
Okay, then I gotta find where I'm at. Okay, so this is where it used to be, and it already curves this way to go in here. He says you're gonna dig out this way and come up.
The tile actually is over here, but it's almost in between these two lines, this line and this line.
Okay.
So that's why we're proposing to come out this way, follow this tile.
Okay,
so we
but
pick
you're
up all
gonna,
the-
but you're gonna stay in that field, right?
Yes.
Because- Okay, cause this field is slightly higher than this one.
This field here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna stay over here though?
Yeah, this is, like from here, we're gonna just put this corner here and, I mean, we can move it any way we need to make it. To stay on that existing tile so we catch everything that's coming.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I've lost it.
So how did they drop, Ron?
So this starts at 18, is that correct?
Yes.
So when you do your dipping, any existing tile coming into the ditches, are they located, or what if you damage them?
New pipes on. They'll be repaired.
Will they put the road deterrent back in them? Keep,
Oh, road, yes.
Oh,
He said there's about 30 of them up through down there.
We're estimating about 30 all the way through the whole project.
but you've already located them, or you?
Not every one of them. I mean, it's, especially in this new construction spot, we don't know where the driveways are coming in.
Well, I'm
That's why
talking
we
up
wanna
there
follow the existing
where
lines.
you're, up there where you're gonna dip out, the new, or the old.
He's up there by 18.
Yeah, yeah, the first 4,000 feet there, we have located 5 or 6 outlets right there that are coming to that ditch.
But they will be repaired right and
They
put
should
back
be,
the way
yes,
they are.
yes.
And you level all of what you dipped out, level it back out.
Yeah, that's our design is to dip and level spoil and seed.
And seed,
Yes, there's a small seeding area on both sides. Obviously, they have a 75-foot right of way, but they're not gonna seed 75 feet. That's not feasible.
so what are you gonna use to seed it? I mean, cause some of that's got filter strip along there.
Oh, what kind of seed or? I mean, if we need to crop, if it has to match any DNR stuff, well, they'll have to match the seeding on whatever's existing there so they don't get trouble with DNR. Usually just fescue and the normal seeding on the rest of it. Like a waterway seeding requirement.
I'm not real sure what's out there on that right now, but
Yeah, just try to follow normal standards, construction standards of what's out there.
So do we want to take that 12-inch out and dip it?
And then put it out for bid.
Minus the 28.5?
Minus that 12-inch.
There's an unbelievable amount of water that's coming across, goes right by his house. It feeds right directly into what you're saying. There isn't very much water, but you're gonna run a tile. There's not a lot of water when you really get into it. The 160 that's off to the side from us, it used to be the Albright farm. There's not a lot of water that comes off of that. The majority of the water is coming off of Benner's, us, feeding through his pasture and going right down that road. And if you go out there and look, there's an awful lot of places that have been repaired through the years, and it has to be maintained, because when it gets down, if there's something to slow it up, he's got a pasture full of water if it gets slowed down. And this is the reason, and there's not an abundant amount. I've been on that farm for a long time. There's not a lot of water that's coming for actually proposing this tile. There's not a lot of water coming that way. Furthermore, that is highly erodible soil. It's documented. It is water that goes fast. Most water that you're dealing with is surface water, not tile water, because it's gone before it ever gets to a tile in a heavy rain. And we're only dealing with heavy rains.
maybe just put it
So
out for
you,
bid.
to answer my question, do you think that this just needs to be dipped?
It's just need to be dipped and moved out, and it needs to be maintained. Because it seems, we've been on that farm for 62 years now, Dad, and every 2 to 3 years, it has to have something done to it a little bit, because there's so much erosion that goes down there. Actually, if you wanna go back, if you go back to 41 had a wall in there before they widened that road, and it slowed the water down before it headed this way. When they made it a 4-lane highway, they flattened that out, because there was a hill at the half a mile line before they did that. When they took that out of there, all of a sudden, we got a flood that come across us. It's been there ever since. And it's surface water, not a lot of tile.
So everybody's fine if we take the 12-inch out, the county goes there and dips that ditch out.
When they did that out, the last time they tried that, I don't even know who farms across from me, I normally mow that ditch. But after they dipped it up last time, it made such ruts that, my mower wouldn't go across the ruts, it kind of pushed it back down in the ditch, so. Will that be fairly smooth across from there, you think? Okay.
Probably the 2 minutes, too wet, come back and touch it up.
Okay.
Like 8, 9, 10. So if we take the 28,500 out, the 12-inch dual wall, that gets the bid down to $419,000, 410.
So you're not adding back to the ditch?
What's that?
You're not adding back to the ditch? Is that something county highway's gonna take care of?
No,
Yeah.
they're just gonna do the ditch instead.
So the county highway will take care of that part?
You want to do it, or you want them to do it when they're there? We'll do it. That way we can, I mean, how's that work if we want to add more work than what we have already? Do we just go with the 447.19 and that's where our bids come in?
Well, I was gonna say, can you put it back within the, I guess.
But we do it, we do have to do it at 447 and we're covered.
Or put it out there and bid it both ways.
Now, if we just put this number in there, it comes in lower, it isn't gonna matter. But Matt just needs to change the scope of work of that 1,900 feet is gonna be dipped. Or is it even gonna be 1,900 feet now? How long is that, Jerry? Is that 1,900 feet, Steve? Or that
Yeah, it's roughly, it's.
still would be 900 feet.
It's pretty close to that number. Plus, you need to think what you're gonna do on Division Road with that structure too, so.
But that'll be
County.
county highway take care of that.
So on 100, I think we went out there about 2 years ago, I think what Terry was talking about with the backhoe, to get that out, got some trees out of it. Correct, Terry, is that when?
Yeah.
Okay, and then Joe Dino actually farmed across the road. So there's a entrance, I think, for Dave there, which if we dip that out, it might have to get another pipe in there, maybe a bigger one, because it's already a nice size, I think it's a 24, maybe, Dave?
I think it's an 18, it's not big enough. We just, when we started pulling semis in, we just talked to Mike and we supplied the pipe from the gravel pit and then they put it in just to make it so we could get semis in and out of there, but it's not big enough diameter. Cause it'll back up on the west side and almost get on the road and then run in the field.
So we might have to replace that pipe with a bigger pipe.
That'll be all that stuff, not drainage.
Well, is that ditch part of the county then, or do we need to actually pay for, have that dip down, I guess?
No, it's not on county right away.
It's not on the county right away?
No, it is on county right away.
It is on county right away. So would that be in our bid, or would the county just take for that?
We just said we will do that. As far as they're along the road, on 100.
I know, but why don't we just let the county do it and then save us some money?
That's
Oh, I thought you were saying the other way. Sorry. I thought you was meaning you was putting it in the bid. Okay, sorry.
And talking about dipping it out, you're still talking about lowering it at least 3 to 4 feet to get your tile water, right?
Yes.
So it's a natural drainage ditch, not a surface water ditch. It's like
Right,
a waterway
it's
right
gonna be a
now.
drainage.
So don't get confused about just dipping it out. It's not just smooth,
do all that now?
I'd have to look at it again.
Well, same thing, I mean, if we're gonna include that as far as the county portion, the tile project, we're back to 75 feet, instead of 25 feet.
Now, I'd like to get an elevation, of how far we need to get from you to get us a.
On the end of it, on the.
Yeah, I just don't want us to get, I would like for you to give us an elevation, see how far we gotta go down. On what we need to do.
If we're gonna pick up that tile that comes across and. Yeah, we'll have to.
Yeah.
Let's just get together.
Do that out, they can go have some bids.
Right.
Say, hey, that has
So the whole ditch,
When
the
the
north
34
side is
stops,
gonna be down
and
to 3 feet.
make it go up.
Roughly, yeah, I don't know how deep that tile is right there.
Coming across the road.
Yes.
And the water runs,
I have a shot off of it, but I can't.
yeah, the water
can't
runs
remember
across
what
the
that
tile
depth is.
fine. It's just that, it just backs up to the trees. So they took out some of the trees, and that's helped some. And just, it's unreal. Because if you go down 3 feet, 2 to 3 feet there, I guess in my unsurveyed mountain, if you're gonna start at 18, how deep is it gonna be to kind of this tube? You're gonna, I don't know how much you gotta take out